This is Mustang Mike, and you're watching WGS-TV.
Welcome to another installment of WGS-TV right here on YouTube.com/WrestleGamer. I'm Double B Bully Boudreaux, and this is going to be my Friday Night Smackdown review for the week of May 18th, 2012. We open up with John Laurinaitis coming out here, basically a little despondent, a little, a little depressed about the fact that the board of directors on Monday Night Raw kind of, stuck it to him in a sense by saying that his matchup with John Cena at Over the Limit is now a one-on-one match. There will be no special guest referees, and anyone who interferes will be terminated. And should John Laurinaitis lose, he will be immediately terminated as general manager of Raw and SmackDown. But he'll probably still hold his position as executive vice president of talent relations in the WWE. That hurts my voice to do that. Anyway, now, John Laurinaitis was just trying to come out here at opening segment, and what he was doing is, he was kind of playing the pity party, is what he was trying to do. He was, like I said, he was despondent and depressed. He was a little upset the fact that, the board of directors made this decision. He didn't think the decision was fair, and I believe it was like your typical heel reaction. What I didn't expect to hear was the fact that he was approaching 40. I thought Laurinaitis was older than 40. I thought, from the way he looked like he was into his 50s. And I know he wrestled in the 80s as Johnny Ace, so that would mean he had to be in his early teens to 20s or something like that. I thought he was older than 40. But anyway, the segment then gets a little bit, interrupted in a sense from CM Punk, and CM Punk, with his typical reaction. I believe originally the plan was to have CM Punk go after Laurinaitis, but then they really changed all that and replaced Punk with John Cena. Why? Who knows? I guess maybe fan reaction, crowd reaction. You never know. But CM Punk comes in and does his usual spiel against Laurinaitis, and Laurinaitis, with the typical heel reaction, puts him in a match against King. And then we hear something, we all expected Laurinaitis to say, and that's to again draw more heat to himself with Over the Limit coming this Sunday with him and Cena, and that was to the fans hate him, he hated the fans, and that's pretty much what he said, and he told all the fans to go to hell. So I thought it was I thought it was a good opening promo. It wasn't bad, but it really wasn't fantastic. 3 out of 5. Next up, we have Kofi Kingston and RTruth, and I will be making a video concerning those two, if not tomorrow, but in the near future, concerning that tag team. And when I make that video, you'll understand why. But anyway, it was kind of like a return match, because last week, Titus O'Neil and Darren Young got a surprise win over Kofi Kingston and RTruth. So they had decided to have a rematch here. It's good to see they're actually showing some focus into the tag team division again, but it's not as much as I would hope. They need to do more in the tag team division. They need to do more, and I am excited that they're really starting to do something with Kingston, RTruth, O'Neil, and Darren Young, aka the Black John Cena. But they need more. They need to Evolve Epico and Primo. They need more set tag teams, because basically we're looking at maybe 3 different tag teams in the tag team division. That's not enough. Well, 4 if you count Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex, but who really counts Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex? Those guys who watch NXT count Kurt Hawkins and Tyler Rex. No offense to you guys who watch NXT, but why are you watching NXT? So for the tag team match, it was a good one. Kofi Kingston and RTruth get the win in this one. So basically knotting the teams up at 1 apiece. Not really much focus was put on the fact that this Sunday at Over the Limit, it's going to be Kofi Kingston and RTruth defending the titles against Dolph Ziggler and Jack Swagger. I wonder why. Next up, we were supposed to have a match between Damien Sandow and Yoshitatsu. Sandow, for basically hardly doing anything. He's really drawn a lot of heat on himself. He's doing a really good job showing that he can be that heel character on the microphone. He's got really good mic skills. But I really want to see what this guy can actually do in the ring. And we got a little bit of a taste of that tonight. Now, at first he was going to do his usual spiel. Like, no, I'm not going to compete because this guy is not worthy of my talents. He's not worthy of, my intellect. He's not worthy for me to be in the ring with. And then, of course, Yoshitatsu, using the best English and Japanese dialect he can, it says, "Hey, Sandow, you chicken!" And, of course, Sandow, in typical heel fashion, waited for Tatsu to turn his back, disrobes, takes off his robe, revealing a pink tights. I don't know why he's wearing pink tights. He's not Bret the Hitman Hart. And runs into the ring. Or should I say Salvatore Sincere? I'd like to know how many people know that name. Anyway. But then he pretty much attacks Yoshitatsu, get a little bit of a taste of what Sandow can bring inside of the ring. And I honestly look forward to seeing him in a full match and seeing what he can present. So I was really good at WWE to kind of tease, in a sense, what Damien Sandow can do in the ring for those of us who have yet to have seen what he can actually do. Because there are not a lot of people who get Florida Championship Wrestling, especially when you live in Louisiana. So, next up we had Daniel Bryan and Zack Ryder. I'm not giving Damien Sandow and Yoshitatsu a score for obvious reasons. But anyway, we have Daniel Bryan and Zack Ryder, and it was an interesting match. It was good to see them actually trying to put over what was going on between Bryan and CM Punk for the WWE Championship coming up at Sunday's Over the Limit. Both guys already look good. I really don't have nothing negative to say about this match at all. I thought it was really well done. Daniel Bryan ends up getting, I kind of expect Daniel Bryan to get the win since he's being pushed for the #1 contender. But whenever, I've always said it for the longest time, guys, when wrestling becomes predictable, it becomes boring. However, I may need to rescind the statement just a little bit. When wrestling becomes predictable, it becomes boring. Unless the execution is perfect. If the execution is perfect, it kind of makes up for the fact that it's boring because it's been predictable. You can know ahead of time that person is going to win, or this person is going to win, or yada, yada, yada. You can figure that out. But if they can pull it off perfectly and execute a perfectly entertaining match, that more than makes up for it. And I gotta say, that instance applies with Daniel Bryan and Zack Ryder. Guys, you gotta realize this. It takes two to have a really good match. Whether it be a tag team or singles match. It takes really two guys to make a really good match. And you had two really good guys in Daniel Bryan and Zack Ryder. 4 out of 5. Then next up we had, of course, Daniel Bryan to really attribute to the next match on commentary for the matchup that was made by Laurinaitis because of what CM Punk did earlier in the night. It's Kane versus CM Punk. This is main event quality. And we got that. Now, albeit the featured match had to feature, the SmackDown Championship, which is the World Heavyweight title, Sheamus and Randy Orton. However, if this was a matchup made on Monday Night Raw, guaranteed main event. This would be the main event that would be billed. It's Randy Orton and CM Punk. Or this could be the main event of a pay-per-view. And they delivered a pay-per-view quality style match, and also a kind of a controversial ending. Daniel Bryan gets up out of his chair and looks like he was going to go hit CM Punk with it, but then turns around and then he hits Kane with it. Kane doesn't see who hits him, but he gets the win via disqualification. But then CM Punk picks up the chair and chases Daniel Bryan off. Kane sees Punk with the chair, assumes that Punk was the one who hit him, and proceeds to assault the WWE Champion, leaving him in a helpless and vulnerable state for Daniel Bryan coming this Sunday. So, really great match, and a really great ending, in my opinion. 5 out of 5. Next up, we had well, the way this next match was set up, it was set up on Twitter. You know, there apparently during the week there's been some Twitter wars going on between the United States champion Santino Marella and the Intercontinental champion Cody Rhodes. And it was a really great match, and Santino's been really getting a really good push as United States champion. Got a great win over Cody Rhodes in this match, and it was a wonderful match at best. And now, I don't want to seem negative about this, but are we looking at the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship becoming a unified title? What do you... You know, that's a question out to you guys. You know, put your answers in the comment section below. And, you know what, speaking of a video I want to do in the next day or so about Kofi Kingston and RTruth, another video I'm planning to do is, you know, talking about the United States Championship and the Intercontinental Championship. Just which title do you guys feel is more prestigious? I'm going to elaborate and give my thoughts on it in within a day or so, and give you guys a chance to vote on it and give your thoughts on it as well. So be sure you guys don't answer that on this video. Wait until I do that video on the United States and the Intercontinental Championship to give your thoughts on it. But you know, just giving you guys a little preview of what I've got planned. So Santino Marella, Cody Rhodes, again, great match. I'm gonna go ahead and give it a 4 out of 5. You know, woo. And SmackDown main event, Sheamus and Randy Orton. This has been billed since, well, you know, it concerns a lot about the Fatal 4-Way coming up for this Sunday. Now, SmackDown and pretty much Raw, they have been building a lot more into this Fatal 4-Way match than the Daniel Bryan CM Punk match. I believe, like I said on my Raw review from Monday night, you know, apparently the WWE is figuring that CM Punk and Daniel Bryan can pretty much sell itself, and in some instances it can. Their names are just that good. You know, they're just that big. And but tonight we did see a little bit of a build into the match, and maybe the start of a fresh new rivalry, in a sense, between CM Punk and Daniel Bryan. But speaking about rivalries being born, we might have one with Sheamus and Randy Orton. And we may see it flourish a bit in the Fatal 4-Way. I thought it was a phenomenal match between two of, I gotta believe, SmackDown's biggest faces on there. You know, Sheamus and Randy Orton. You know, two of the guys that get the biggest pops from the crowd, without a doubt, are those two guys. And you know, we put those two in a main event style match, and they delivered on a 5 out of 5 quality match, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. It really looked good. Exciting match. You know, again, if I get into the match, that means it's interesting, and it means it's good. And guess what? I got into the match. So I'm going to give my props to Sheamus and Randy Orton, a 5 out of 5 style match. And of course you're going to get that rating from me, 5 out of 5. So I want to know now from you, the WGS-TV viewers and subscribers, your thoughts on Friday Night Smackdown this week. Be sure you put your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget, if you have any questions you'd like to ask me, be sure you visit my FormSpring page, formspring.me/TheWrestleGamer. Don't forget to like and favorite this video, and if you haven't yet, please subscribe to youtube.com/WrestleGamer. Remember, when we get it to 1,000 subscribers, I will have a WGS-TV DVD giveaway, but not until the 1,000 subscriber mark is passed. So, with that being said, I'm Double B Billy Boudreaux saying thank you very much for watching.
Gulf Coast Wrestling, where the bad boys play.
Gulf Coast Wrestling of Louisiana proudly presents Ring of Fire at the New Iberia City Park Rec Center in New Iberia, Louisiana, Friday, June 22nd, and Cajun Carnage at the American Legion Hall in Abbeville, Louisiana, Saturday, June 23rd. Come out and watch your GCW superstars put it all on the line as we bring the most intense, most high-impact wrestling that we have to offer. Those on the card, Kid Crash, as well as the one and only Green Man, Ronald A. Mikey Boudreaux, Flip Wolfman Jackson. Another on the line here is the big mother trucker himself, Trucker Jones, Big John Steele, the GCW Abbeville Tag Team Champions, high definition, as well as the heavyweight champion, The Rocket. Also featuring former WWE superstar and diva, the female fighting phenom, Jazz, and Red Dog Rodney Mack. That's right, folks. Come out to Abbeville and New Iberia, June 22nd and 23rd, as we bring you some of the most intense wrestling here in South Louisiana. Now, tickets are on sale in both locations. For the Iberia show, gcw-gulfcoastwrestling.com, then click the tickets icon. And for the Abbeville show, call 772-8010, 517-6548, and 517-0823. Once again, folks, this is a double weekend, Friday and Saturday, June 22nd and 23rd, New Iberia and Abbeville. Ring of Fire, Cajun Carnage. You do not want to miss this, folks. You have every opportunity, so get your tickets now. This is action. This is adrenaline. This is GCW.